Today we're going to show you 3 cheap and easy ways to improve the lighting of your photo and video. Let's get started. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like so we can continue to make videos just like this one.
What's going on, guys? I'm Kyle Nelson, CEO of Results Imagery. We do e-commerce media, photography, and videography, and I'm here to help out Connor and Kevin with Adventure Labs to go over a little bit on how we improve our lighting with our photos.
The first tip I have for you guys is to shoot in the shadows and not the harsh light when you're outdoors shooting photos and video in natural light. Let me show you why. Shooting in the broad daylight is just gonna have your subject squint and look really overexposed. The shade provides a much flatter look that's gonna look much better in the end. For video, it's the same. Here's Kyle in the sun, and then here's Kyle in the shade. Much better, right? Tip number 2 plays off tip number 1, and that's to pick up yourself a $20 or less piece of diffusion. And here's why. If you're in an area that has no shade, you're just out in the middle of nowhere, then you need to figure out how to make shade. So that is where this little guy comes in handy. You can put it in your backpack, store it away, and it pops open. And look how nice it makes everything look. Here's a photo of me in broad daylight with no diffusion. The sun is overhead and there's a ton of shadows. Here's a photo of me holding the diffuser, and now it looks like I'm in the shade and evenly lit. Here's a video of Kyle with diffusion and without. If you're still watching this video, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, a like. We're gonna go on to tip number 3 now, but I highly suggest you stay with us because I've introduced a 4th tip. Well, I'm going to introduce a 4th tip that you're gonna wanna stick around for. Tip number 3 is to just be creative and utilize the continuous lights you already have around your house. I just mean any light that's powered by electricity, like this one or like that one, to get better and more cinematic shots. People oftentimes overlook lighting when they're just talking to the camera like this, but it's actually really important to making your footage look that much better. Before we added this light to this room, this was the natural lighting. So to shoot in a room like this is gonna be almost impossible. So we're gonna show you some B-roll, what it looks like with and without this little cool light right here. Without the fill light, it's very dark. With it, well, looks great. If you're still here watching this video, I want to give you one final tip, and that is to use a variable ND filter. Check out what the footage looks like before and after using an ND filter. Here's what shooting in broad daylight without an ND filter at f2.8 looks like, and here's with the ND filter. The reason why ND filters are so important when you're shooting video is because your shutter speed has to be double whatever frame rate you're shooting at. So if you're shooting at normal 24 frames a second, then your shutter speed has to be at 50. If you crank up your shutter speed up to like 500 or something like that, like if you're in the light like this, I just crank it up, then it gets really jittery and it doesn't look good, doesn't look cinematic, it's not all buttery. And that is it for today. If you learned anything at all, even the slightest little thing about photography or lighting, please subscribe. It really helps us to keep producing these videos. Give this video a like, drop any comments down in the comment section if you have any questions or comments, I guess. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks, Kyle, for helping us out with all these different tips today. Check out his YouTube channel, Kyle Nelson Photography. He has a bunch of really great tips on just product photography, photography in general. Check him out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.